The question, what is a friend, might sound a little simple and even unnecessary for some of us, but as you read Plato, you'll learn that no question is too simple for Socrates. So, in the Lysis, he sets out to find the meaning of friendship. He does so by discussing the idea with two friends, Lysis and Menexenus. And they go through a bunch of different options and essentially come up short. Their first thought is that friendship is that between two similar individuals. So a good person would be friends with a good person, and a bad person would be friends with a bad person. They end up shooting this down, though, because a good person would really have no need for a friend because he's already good and doesn't need anything additional. And a bad person would have no need for a friend because he's bad and he doesn't like anything that's good. Then they come to the idea that friendship is that among opposites. So a good person would be friends with a bad person. But you can tell that there's clear difficulties with that one as well. Then they go on to suggest that friendship is the neutral to the good. So someone who's neither good nor bad to a good person. So they're trying to gain from the good person. That again is discarded, and then finally they consider the fact that friendship might just be love between two congenial souls, like-minded people. All of these ideas are eventually discarded. At the end, we get a little idea of what Plato might believe friendship is. In the very last paragraph, as the two boys are walking away, Socrates says, "O Menexenus and Lysis, how ridiculous that you two boys and I, an old boy, would feign to be one of you, should imagine ourselves friends. This is what the bystanders will go away and say, and yet we have not been able to discover what is a friend." So it's a little suggestion maybe that Socrates and Plato believes that friendship is philosophizing together. Now, of course, the questions that are asked in this dialogue are not life and death questions, but they do lead us to a few really important questions. I think one really important question that comes up in the Lysis and comes up all throughout Plato is the difficulty in defining things. Socrates, being an idealist, likes to try to define his terms, and he does so through ideal concepts. He doesn't want an example, he wants a broad ideal definition of a term. So he does this with justice, he does this with courage, he does this with all sorts of different virtues, and usually comes up short. So that's one thing that we can definitely learn, is that friendship, among any other definable characteristic, isn't as easy to define as we might think, particularly if we're trying to define it without specific examples, which Plato would have us do. Further, I think that this is just a really good primer on Socratic method, Socratic dialogue. It's short, it's easy, so if you want to learn a little bit about Plato, this isn't a bad place to jump in. Otherwise, jump into the Republic. That's what I say. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, post them below. Let us know what we can do better. Let us know some other books that you'd like us to cover, and we will definitely do that. Till then, hope you enjoy.